Hey you, in this video we will be discussing habits men have that will make you weaker than you are supposed to be. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. So let's get straight into this video. 1. Being too friendly. Men today are careless when selecting friends, and being in bad company could result in your death at any moment. Men in history agreed that you had to pick your friends wisely based on the ideologies you held in common. Even more troubling is the fact that modern males chose their friends based on shared Native American behaviors rather than shared ideologies and values. I'm asking with you to take into account the fact that plenty of young men choose their friendships based on adopting self-defeating habits, instead of depending on the principle that iron sharpens iron and a code of honor. Modern men are shocked when their pals betray them because they want to be weak and at ease with one another. It's a well-known fact that you end up looking like the 5 individuals you spend the most time with. If you join the ranks of your 5 friends who are wimps, that makes 6 of them. It is true that you might take on the characteristics of the person you spend the most time with. To be sure, the topic of friendship is enormous. However, it is preferable to be strong and alone than to have a bunch of weak and dishonest friends. 2. Online communities. Online communities. It's not exaggeration to argue that social media is a lethal tool that may enslave enormous populations. You'll notice that everyone is glued to their phone if you visit a restaurant or a gym. They are unable to withstand social media's allure. Do not misunderstand me, please. Not that social media is necessarily evil. There is a ton of information out there, and social media can be a great tool if used correctly. You are being exploited if you are constantly checking social media and chatting about what's trendy right now. You are either actively using social media or you are totally dependent on it. Constantly watching random, short clips is a surefire way to become abused. Not to mention, despite general agreement on its veracity, a surefire method to damage your attention span, few people give it the attention it merits. They have let their social media profiles to rule them. 3. Game addiction. Gaming too much. Why do you think there are more men than women that play video games? Playing video games can express a man's primal drives for competitiveness, conquest, and domination. These objectives, which mankind have sought after for generations, are now easier to achieve than ever thanks to video games. The creators of these games are specifically appealing to the desires of males, so there is one catch: it's all an illusion. You can find out on Google that there is hardly any difference in gender between male and female gamers. Even statisticians are not going to take you seriously since the numbers are so stunning. Why the statistics is being altered to falsely represent that women make up 50% of the gaming population, as was demonstrated at the outset. If you observe, you might assume that men are listening to your needs and wishes if you see that the majority of them have a strong gaming addiction. It's not that males can't have fun or enjoy entertainment. Rather, it serves as a reminder that if they can't succeed in the real world, they have no business trying to dominate, compete, or level up in a virtual one. 4. The quality of your sleep. The quality of your sleep. The main issue that needs to be resolved for most men is their severe sleep issue. What I'm trying to say is that you have to understand that the longer you go without getting good sleep, the weaker you become. Reduced testosterone levels also result in decreased brain performance. Please take note that while getting enough sleep is vital, getting excellent sleep is much more crucial. Here is a general guideline to remember when it comes to getting the recommended amount of sleep using the 10-to-3-to-1 formula. Avoid eating, drinking caffeine-containing drinks 10 hours before bedtime. 3 hours before sleeping, don't eat any foods, and last but not least, don't use your phone 1 hour before going to sleep. Your sleep quality will improve just by following the 10-to-3-to-1 rule. With some advanced modifications, it's possible to push it even further, but it's probably best to save that for another video. 5. Not controlling our own emotions. Not controlling our own emotions. Today, a lot of men get worked up over unimportant things, which is a sign of weakness. The world's finest men have the trait of emotional stability. This doesn't mean they never experience emotion. Rather, it just means they choose when to express it. You knowingly contradict one of the principles of masculinity by believing the lie that it's acceptable to express emotion and be vulnerable. A person who has the power to make you feel strongly is someone who has control over your emotions. Rather than allowing them to rule you, use them wisely. 6. Blaming others. The response when you point your finger always seems to be 3 fingers back pointing right at you. It is a sign of a cowardly guy to blame others for one's own actions and mistakes. You will never be able to resolve your difficulties if you are constantly searching for solutions elsewhere. When things don't go your way, it's normal to feel victimized, but keep in mind that you always have a choice in how you respond. Listening to one's own thoughts, deeds, and life may be challenging, but it also builds character, resilience, and self-worth. Taking accountability forces you to confront your own shortcomings, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities. The next time you want to accuse someone, stop right away, take a few deep breaths, and take a step back to gather perspective. What stance would an objective person take on the current situation? Please describe how you believe you contributed to the current situation. Just accept things as they are and consider the big picture. The risk of making mistakes is present. Thus, you must swallow your ego, accept responsibility, and go forward. Well, this will be the end of this video. For more free knowledge, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And oh, if you did enjoy, let me know by hitting that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.